Hey guys, thanks for coming. Just tough loss. We you got to tip your cap to their guy. They pitched really, really well. It's hard to obviously tell from the side. The guys were saying they was just living on the corners and didn't make any mistakes over the heart of the plate. Obviously we want to go back and watch all that, but if that's true, I mean, the guy just pitched his tail off, was able to throw 3 pitches and keep us off balance and not throw anything in the middle of the plate. Defensively, we just didn't. We didn't make a couple plays that really cost us a few runs. Ball in the infield early that we got to be able to make. That cost us 1 run, and then the routine ground ball that that guy hits a home run. Instead of a 2-run shot, it should be a solo shot. Blooper in the outfield that we make a bad read on, like cost us another run. There's 4 runs that shouldn't be on the board. I mean, the missed pop fly in foul territory, and the guy gets a base hit, next guy hits a home run. So I mean, you're talking about 4 or 5 runs that we could have kept off the board. Again, offensively, we didn't do enough the first 8 innings, but proud of the kids for competing. And we just kept saying, don't make the last out, just go up there and try to put together good at bats, and we did. Drew hits a huge grand slam. We had a chance. There at the end. So, again, I defensively, you kind of feel like we just put too many runs up on the board, gave them too many runs. Offensively, I mean, again, I didn't think that guy, that we were terrible offensively, and I thought that guy just pitched really well. And we just got to figure out a way, whether that's getting bunts down or doing something to break him off his timing. We were able to, too many quick innings and easy first pitch outs, and but that guy's making pitches. I mean, that's the difficulty of this game.
Marlowe did enough for you. I mean, 7 innings. How did you think about his outing?
I thought he pitched great. I thought he made 1 mistake. 1 mistake to the guy that hit the home run. Was the only bad pitch I thought for the most part. I mean, a couple pitches that he got let loose that didn't find the zone, but the only mistake really he made in the heart of the plate was that pitch. And again, when you got a guy that's supposed to be a first rounder, like, you can't make mistakes to those guys. That's what he's supposed to do. So I thought Marlowe pitched great. Phenomenal start. 7 innings, 3 runs. We get that out of every starting pitcher every weekend. You feel good about your chances of winning more games than you lose.
Saturday, you said you just wanted him to beat him. Did you see that he was consistent with what you see?
Yeah, he pitched just like he did. All the starts really. I mean, last week against Florida State, that's what he was able to do. There was 2 very similar pitchers going up against each other. Fastball, changeup guys, and able to mix in and out and mix the changeup in. And that guy throws a little more breaking balls, but Jacob was throwing some breaking balls to lefties. Just able to keep them off balance, and the fastball plays up when you're worried about the changeup, and he just did a great job of being able to execute pitches and keep him off balance with the pitch that is his his bread and butter, the changeup, and put us in a great spot to win the game.
Coach, Matt Shaw heard you obviously mentioned that for potential first rounder. Was the plan to always attack him and not pitch around him?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously did a great job the first game and a half really against him. I mean, we were able to shut him down for the most part until the end of the game, and kind of got loose yesterday. But then today was just able to do a lot of damage. And even the second home run, I mean, he didn't even get that. I mean, strong kid, man. I don't feel like he got it on the barrel, but he was able to, tough enough and strong enough to get it up there and get it out. So, obviously he did a great job on that backside double, which was another run that cost us. You know what I mean? That just gave us 1 more run to try to fight back from.
What do you think the team did differently in that 9th inning that allowed them to get 6 runs up there?
Again, it's tough to tell because you just don't know. It's hard without watching video what that first guy did. But I think they threw a lot more. They weren't able to get ahead, and then when they threw balls down the middle, we were able to make contact and put together good at bats. So, and I just felt like, again, even if that guy pitched on the corners and everything, we got to find a way. Like that, you just can't throw the hat and say, oh well, this guy's pitching really well today. Like, we got no chance. You got to find a way, any way you can, and whether that's bunting or doing something or trying to put pressure on him. sit different pitches or whatever the case is. You just got to come up with a better approach to do it. But again, I think when those guys came in late in the game, like they just threw balls over the middle of the plate, and we did what we're supposed to do offensively when they do that. We take our walks, and when the guy made mistakes, we were able to hit it hard.
Ben Vespi, what's his status?
Yeah, so he threw live hitters. Sometime this week, he threw the live hitters and looked great. He kind of wanted to let him get off the mound one more time. So I'm not really sure. We hadn't decided officially what that was going to be, if that was going to be another bullpen or if that was going to be some more live hitters. But looked the best I've seen him since last spring. So excited. Hopefully we're super close. Yeah, I mean, we tried to work some stuff on the side, especially just mentality-wise, and just get him back to having that chip on his shoulder that he had in the fall. And it's just talking to him a lot about being able to, talk about the mental game and just forgetting about the beginning of the season. Again, it's not exactly the way he thought it was going to go, but we still know how good he is. We know the talent that he has, and now we just got to get him back to kind of having that chip and whatnot. So we talked about it. So we'll kind of see. I got to get back. He might start on Tuesday. I don't know. I got to look at where we're at and who we got. But he's going to be a big part, especially this team. If we're going to figure this out and make a run, like he's going to have to be a big part of the team. So, looking forward to seeing him kind of forget about everything that's happened up to this point and just go back to being himself.
So let's talk about the bullpen a little bit. Notice that the team thrives when they're put in good positions where they don't have runners out there. They come in, they keep you guys in the game, but when they're put in at a disadvantage, they kind of let the game go, let the runs pour. So how do you approach that? Bringing in guys from the bullpen, kind of keeping the game closer.
Well, I mean, it's just a mentality thing. Like, just worry about executing pitches. Don't worry about who's on base. Don't worry about the situation. Don't worry about any of that. We just you gotta execute. It's also harder sometimes because if you bring a guy in, we got the infield in or something like that. Like that's just a much different situation in terms of, I think it was yesterday maybe we made a good pitch and the guy just, kind of blooped one in the outfield and that ends up costing you 2 runs. But at that point, you got to try to do everything you can to stop a run from happening. So you get put in some difficult situations, but at the end of the day, it's just about executing. It's just about going out and just worrying about what you can control, and that's just executing this pitch. Do it to the best of your ability. The guys that are able to do that and not worry about the enormity or the situation are the ones that are able to get out of those situations. The guys that are, oh man, if I give up a hit here, it's this and that. Well, that's future. That's stuff in the future that you have no control over. Like you can make the perfect pitch, you can bounce a ball, and the guy bloops the ball over the shortstop's head. Like that's the game of baseball. And so, who's mentally tough enough just to be worried about this pitch and executing it to their ability? Like that's how you end up being successful in those types of situations. Yeah. So he got hit, in the private area and had surgery. So, he's kind of was out for a week. So that was today or yesterday. So now it's just going to be day to day about just getting him back into. I think he'll start doing stuff tomorrow. He didn't do anything today, so I think he'll start probably trying to do some stuff maybe tomorrow, and it'll just be how fast he can kind of get back to feeling normal.
Coach, you said before how you praise this team's fight, but that there's a difference when you're down by a certain number of runs where you kind of have nothing to lose anymore. So how can the team really take that fight and bring it earlier into the game?
I mean, I think it's just a choice, a mental choice of competing no matter what. And again, the score should never matter. If you're playing against the ball and you're playing against the standard and you're just worried about competing and making this pitch the most important pitch, this at bat the most important bat, this outing the most important outing, you just go about it with that mindset, then the situation should never dictate anything. You should be able to just go up there and play the game. We just got to be able to do that. But again, I think that guy pitched really well today. I thought we were ready to go again. I just felt like we needed to make more adjustments. And again, we can't wait for people to do things that we're comfortable with. Like we've got to make the adjustment. We've got to make them uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And we just got to do a better job of that. Yeah. I got to check with the training staff and just make sure that he is his arm's ready to go. again, he's kind of day to day right now. So hopefully in the next, whether it's Tuesday or this weekend or whatnot, try to get him back there and take some load off from the Cape.
Sure.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.